Hi, how are
And
you?
here's my other daughter, Classic. Look.
Sorry.
Oh my God, you're all so precious. They all should have come in and said hi on the live show.
Well, they just came in the door.
Oh.
And guess what, Eric? I got the most. I got over 1 million people.
What?
Watch.
You got 1 million likes. I wish we had a million.
Likes. 1 million likes. Sorry about that. I don't know, Eric. I'm learning from you, pal.
Hey everybody, and welcome to a very special post-season Big Brother 19 interview show with one of your favorites. Of course, it's Kevin. We are going to be getting to all of your guys' questions, what you want to talk about. But first, let me just remind you guys super quickly, if you want to see any of our past shows back, they're over at yourrealityrecaps.com/BB19. You can get to our flashbacks from that page as well. You guys are watching this live right now and now, but if you're watching the playback later, consider heading over there and becoming a fan. Because the #1 fan on this show, I know you guys wait for it each show, the #1 fan on this show is winning an autographed comb that Kevin likes to use. One of the combs that Kevin uses. This thing. #1 fan. And if you become a fan on You Now, you are of course alerted to every single time that we go live. Of course, if you want to support our shows, consider becoming a patron at yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. Patrons get access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways just for patrons, and special after shows with all of the house guests like we're doing with Kevin after this show. And it is what helps us continue to be able to bring you guys content all the time. You can always do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal too. Eric, shut up. We want to hear from the one, the only, who's drinking water, so I'll wait. It's Kevin!
Buddy, how you doing out there?
Kevin, how are you doing?
Eric, let me tell you something. It is my pleasure to speak to you tonight, pal, and to speak to everybody out there.
Kevin, I got dressed up for you, even though I will tell everyone you yelled at me about my tie before we were live.
No, Eric. I said to tighten the tie up a little tighter like that to make you look sharp. I'm worried about you. I want to make you look good, man. I want to make you look sharp.
I feel like I'm being choked, Kevin.
I know we all are at times. What the hell? I don't know. That's what happened. I'm sorry.
I'm loosening it a little.
Loosen it up, man. Loosen it up.
We gotta be loose on this show, Kevin. We have so much to talk about on this show. I want to let everybody know you guys can start putting your questions in the chat room. You can tweet us them using hashtag YRRLive. Since you guys are here in You Now, go ahead and share the show. Let everyone know that we are live with Kevin. And of course, like I said, make sure you become a fan so you are alerted when we go live. Kevin, guess, we had Josh yesterday. Of course, we have you today. We have to put the ones that everyone's dying for in the beginning. But guess who we have tomorrow? Raven.
Oh, really?
And then Christmas.
Oh, send them my love, please. Send them my love.
I will send them your love. Speaking of sending love, I do feel like we have to say this is kind of the first show that we've been back since Vegas, and I just feel like I think Kevin and I, on behalf of both of us, want to just say that we're thinking about you guys if anyone has been affected by that.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, send my love from everybody here in Massachusetts and Boston, my family, and honestly, I mean, just say prayers to the victims. Hope they're doing the best they can. And it's just so senseless, but I mean, I just pray for them all, honestly. I mean that from my heart. There's nothing to do with trying to say you can do as much as you can for them, whatever you can. It's just whatever you can do, just help out people, just help, because it's a real senseless act.
Right. I mean, they could do stuff like maybe tweet emojis, yes, or take onesies.
Take onesies, yes.
For onesies for a call. Kevin!
Yes.
Kevin, yes. Do you now know that it's selfies?
BFF. They can stay at a BFF.
They can stay at a BFF. They, of course, could stay at a BFF. Right. I don't want to talk about bleaching or waxing on this show, but we have learned a lot from you this season, Kevin.
I learned a lot about that. I didn't know nothing about that, man. I was like, what are you talking about? I thought they meant bleaching their T-shirts. I didn't know what they were talking about.
Wouldn't it be tie-dyeing?
Yeah,
They,
exactly. Yeah, I
they
thought
could.
they were tie-dye. Oh, they were tie-dyeing, all right, but it wasn't the T-shirt.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah.
Speaking of tie dye and bleaching, are you excited for your castmates, Jody, who are currently racing around the world for $1,000,000 on Amazing Race?
Listen, I honestly, again, I have no animosity. And me and Cody, if you watched it, got along really good. And
Yeah.
Jessica from the Northeast, I'm happy for Jessica and Cody. They're only young men. Let them have a good time, enjoy themselves. If that's what makes them happy, and America wants to see them, I'm proud of them. I'm happy for them, and I hope them the best. Of course, I'd want them to win. I'd want them to win. I'm happy for them.
I want them to win too, because I'm hoping if they win $1,000,000, we won't have to see him again.
Oh, yeah. Listen, is there any way? Is there any way we can get a percent if they win? Do you know?
No, they don't seem like the Sharon type to me,
No,
Kevin.
I know, I'm kidding. That's exactly right. Except for votes.
Yeah, well, exactly. Oh,
Good
eggs.
one. Good one. Yo, I got you.
It was, you got me, Kevin. You're good. I love it. I love it already, Kevin.
All right.
Of course, you know that people. I mean, I guess no disrespect to Cody, I'll say, but a lot of people thought, hands down, you should have been America's favorite player and wanted you to be America's favorite player. So I'm sure that must, make you feel happy.
Yeah, it does. It makes me feel extremely happy. It makes it some was worthwhile because at times it was difficult in the house, and to find out how many votes that I got and only lost by such a small amount of votes, and then I was informed how he was getting his votes, which again I have no animosity. I don't think it's fair. It should be done that way, but that's how it was done, and that's what happens.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, Kevin, because all votes are done completely factually and legally and under the guise of that wonderful CBS.
No, I realize that. What I'm saying is advocated by some other people that were saying,
right.
Vote for him.
Oh, right. Yeah, well.
Vote for him. And I mean, that was like 2-on-1 then. That's all.
True.
No, I would never complain about how many votes somebody got. It wouldn't matter to me.
You 100% had a ton of people, Kevin. We endorsed you. All right, Kevin, I'm going to be honest.
Thank you.
People are going to make me be honest about this. I wasn't endorsing anybody. And then I wasn't sure that I wasn't 100% on board, Kevin, until I heard your kind of life story. And then I was like, I'm so on board. Kevin, America's, favorite player. I think, the story that you told us about your life, about losing your home and fighting for your family and it's inspirational. I think there are characters on Big Brother that can be antagonists. There are characters on Big Brother that are super strategic. And then there are characters on Big Brother that are good people and inspirational, as well as good game players. And you are, I think, that person for this season. I think you were very inspirational, motivational. You were the heart of the show this season.
Listen, Eric, that means a lot. I mean that, pal. It means a real lot. And that means a lot to me. I appreciate you saying that to me, man. Thank you.
I mean, a lot of people. And I don't think that should be a surprise to you that a lot of people feel that way about you, Kevin.
Thank you. Well, you know what I was doing, Eric. When I got on there, like if you were to meet me, we were to hang out. You would say this is the same guy on the show. Wouldn't do anything different. I would tell stories about when I was younger. I was born in '61. I was born in a tough neighborhood, and you never really realized you were poor because everyone had each other. We had each other, which meant more. And stories just flow. I mean, your dad could tell you stories. People's uncles and dads could tell them stories. That's just how life was back then. That's just how it was.
It's true. I was telling Kevin before the show, he very much reminds me of my dad, of my family, of everything. And I think you reminded a lot of people of like a father figure this season. And we loved it from your hashtag things Kevin says, which I'm sure you've seen.
Yeah, well, I call them slash tags.
Slash tags, right, of course.
And I mean the selfie, come on, think about it, Eric. When you take a selfie, how many pictures come? One picture comes out. It should be called a onesie, man. Think about it.
No, Kevin. The Apple iPhones, it's live now. It's live video. It's one live video. You can pick a frame, Kevin.
Oh, okay.
I see where you're going with Kevin. I see where you're going.
I'm learning. Thank you so much, man. I'm learning right now.
I see where you're going. All right, look. I would love to just sit here and bullshit with you non-stop.
We'll do another night. Another night, you call me and we'll talk for an hour straight. I promise.
Perfect. And we can talk more, well, whatever. This show is for your fans. I try and give you as many of their questions as I can. So let's get into some of them. First up, I want to take it from Juju, who wants... Juju, which I think you probably met her at the finale party, wants to know... What strategy did you have coming in the house, and do you feel that you stuck to your strategy that you had going into the house?
Okay, going into the house, obviously have a strategy of you want to do a physical game. You want to do a mental game and a social game. So I left my physical game in my suitcase in Logan Airport in Boston.
Okay, got it.
I stuck to the strategy, to the social game. And I knew my social game could get me keep going. And, that's all I did was just be myself and get along and treat everyone normal and act nice to them. And that's why I made it to number 4. But that's also why I didn't go further, because they were afraid if I made it into the top 2, the jury would have voted for me. So it actually was a double-edged sword. But I am so happy, so content, and really enjoy myself. So my strategy, I would say, is 80% social. 80% social.
Okay. And it was, I think you definitely hands down had one of the best social games in the house. I think unless I'm wrong, other than Alex, who you could argue was the game was being played on her by Paul, to not like you. But other than that, I would say, I think everyone in the house really loved you and would have said you had hands down the best social game.
Oh, absolutely.
In that house. Annie0615 wants to know, what was the best part and the worst part of your time in the house?
Okay, the best part, honestly, is when I got there and I got to meet them all. And we got on, because first, let's say 2 hours, we all liked each other. No, right. Jokes. But first week or so, everyone liked each other. We had a good time. And you just get to meet people from all over the country. They were from North Carolina, Iowa, Arkansas, Texas. Everyone was from all over the place. And you get to meet them. They were 30 years younger than me. And that was the best part. The hardest time was missing I left, my son was a junior in high school. Mm-hmm. When I came back, he was a senior. I had a daughter who was a senior, and she is in college. And I have 7 children. The hardest part, hands down, was at night wondering what they were doing, if they're all right, if anything's happening, if they needed anything, if they need me there. Because girlfriends and boyfriends break up and your dad's not there. Things happen. Hardest part was nothing to do with the game. It was my wife and kids being alone without me for 110 days.
Kevin, I have this theory that if anybody hurts anybody in your family, they go missing.
Erica, do you know my family? Erica, are you sure you haven't been around Boston now?
I have another theory. The reason you keep inviting these house guests over is because you want to poison them.
No, I just want them to see what I was telling them is true. And when they get here, when Ramses comes, he's coming. Can I say he's coming here in a week?
Yeah. Ramses
is coming here on the 11th. He is going to be like, everything this man told me in that show is true, because my brothers are, they're just city guys, man. But they love you. They're so nice, man. They're so outgoing. He's going to love it. I guarantee you you should call us while he's here, both of us together, and you ask the question you want.
All right.
It's from the 11th to the 16th.
It's in Ramses is going to be on our show next week. So, and I believe, I guess not when he's with you, or maybe we will do it when he's with you.
If you want to do it again, he's going to be here 11th to the 16th. Eric, you call me, and there's no problem, pal.
All right, we're doing it, Kevin. We're doing it. What did you... well, let me take this question, actually, from Destiny's. Wants to know, was it hard for your fans to watch you? Have you heard from fans that they felt it was hard to see, what you were just saying, the emotional toll that the game was taking on you being away from your family?
Again, another great question. I am so taken back by, I will see people in the street and say they would stop watching but you got to remember, Eric, I didn't know what they were saying about me. So you're in the dark there. You don't know. So they were saying they were so mean. Some of them were being so mean and they didn't understand it. A couple of my daughters did stop watching. They wouldn't watch no more. And it took a toll on people. And it just shows how people really get into the Big Brother show and how they feel this year there was more bullying or more where bullying didn't have to take place, more things made up, deceptive type things about people to
Right.
make people, which I don't think is part of the game, but if that's how
Okay.
they play.
So that's what I was going to ask you. For you, is that something that you're able to let go of as game, or is that something that you feel is too personal that you don't necessarily want to pursue friendships, let's say, with people who have said things?
Well, let me just put it that there was 16 house guests,
Right.
and there's probably 2 or 3 of them I won't probably have to Thanksgiving dinner. The other ones can come to Thanksgiving dinner. I'm afraid if I have them come to Thanksgiving dinner, they'll hide the turkey. There'll be no food to eat. You know what I mean? What am I supposed to do? We'll all be eating slop.
Right. Well, that's very true. All right. I'm going to tell you this, Kevin, and people don't believe me. People didn't believe me during OTT that Jason and Shelby would be friends, but this is what I'm going to tell you, Kevin. Get ready. By Christmas, you're all going to have worked through everything. I'm telling you, I see it every year. People who have come out have been more at each other's throats than people have been this season. And then it's like a Christmas miracle. No pun. And I don't know. I just want to believe that time heals, and I want you guys all to get along. And
I do too. I do too. Honestly, I do. I mean, I'm 30 years older than the average player. What good would it give me to be an arguing with a 23-year-old girl who lives 12 states away? I have no argument with that. I have enough worrying about my own girls. What are you kidding me?
Right. So, now, do you want to get into at all? I mean, I see people like Old Broad in the chat. A lot of people are asking what your relationship is like now with Jason. Is that something that you want to discuss or that you don't want to discuss?
Me and Jason are friends. We're going to be friends. We were friends on the show. We're friends now. I mean, I spoke to Jason last night. I speak to him all the time. But some of my children and wife hurt deeply about what was said. I mean, Eric, my oldest daughter, she runs a prevention hotline in Utah, Salt Lake City, a rape prevention hotline. So some of them just crossed the line. I don't think Jason knew it. I think Jason's a really soft-hearted, good man. He's a good kid. I don't think he knew what extent he was saying. I think he was saying it, and then when he found out, because we didn't find out, Eric, till 8 hours after the show ended. They brought me in, and I was like, what are you talking about? I didn't know it was taking place.
Well, here's what I hope. Here's what I hope for all of you, which is kind of what I just said. I hope that fans let it be something between you guys to deal and work through, and don't necessarily add fuel to that fire. And I want to believe that it's something that as time goes on, you all can kind of work through and get back to the good times that you all had, because you all did have some great times in that house.
Eric, listen to me. The man would walk the yard with me, or he'd lay in bed with me next to me, and he'd be laughing so hard, his stomach would hurt. He would tell me, Kevin, please, do you know what he had to do? This is a secret, no one knows. He had to wear earplugs because my stories getting him laughing so hard he couldn't sleep. So he would go into his pillow, put earplugs in, and you could just see him shaking. You know when someone's laughing so hard? The man I would tell him stories. The fact is, 90% of the stories were true. Maybe a little of them you added a little more extra to make it more funny. But they were all true life stories of raising kids, what I did. He would be on the ground. He even texted me last night, I miss your story so much, Kevin, so much.
There you go. Perfect. Well, I think that answers everything that we need to know about that. Love Bears wants to know who was your favorite house guest this season? If you could pick only one to be your favorite, who would you say is your favorite from this season?
Oh my God, Josh won. I really like Josh, guys. Josh and me, honestly, he slept with me actually in the bed for the first 6 days. So I had to tell him, Josh, you're taking up too much space, man. You got to go out of the room. I'm the oldest guy. Go somewhere else. And he actually slept on the floor, but he was funny. But, I mean, me and Jason slept together for 70 days. I mean, we slept next to each other for 70 days. We walked the yard together. Me and Jason are friends. Jason made a mistake. When someone makes a mistake, the stronger person is the one who can forgive that mistake. Now, I didn't hear it. He didn't say it about me. Said it about my children and my wife. Some of them are having a harder time. I mean, I can't get into that.
Right.
Some of them are having a harder time. You have to remember, I had a son who was starting his senior year in high school, You know how hard it is to go into a high school and have other kids say what was said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's a nice kid. He's quiet, and he's not like me. He's not going to say, "Listen, be quiet." It hurts him when he hears things like that.
Right. Well, I say, I don't know. I mean, the whole thing is horrible, and like I say, I hope that you guys are able to work through it. I think an apology, a sincere apology, can be a learning experience for a lot of people, and I hope it's something that, you know, helps other people through similar situations to going forward, to see you guys work it out. Maybe. Possibly. All right. Let's move on from that. Let's move on from that and ask a very important question, because Kevin, we also ask hard questions on this show. Like, if you thought that was hard, we have hard questions as well. And people want to know, how exactly do you cheat at tic-tac-toe?
Okay, you don't cheat.
Right.
Here's the thing you do. You put out the tic-tac-toe thing.
Right.
You put out the X's. Now, you look, let's say I'm playing you, Eric.
Okay.
So I'll take my time and look at the board. And you always put your first X or O in one of the four corners.
Okay.
Okay, now, then I'll say, wow, Eric, you have beautiful eyes. You know what I mean? Something to distract you.
Okay.
No, it's a distraction. So then hopefully you don't put it in the circle, in the middle. If you put it in the middle, it's a tie. If you put it anywhere else because you were distracted, you lose. I guarantee you that. So it's actually not cheating. It's really hard to cheat at tic-tac-toe. I mean, it's tic-tac-toe. There's only 9 X's and O's you could put there. But what you try to do is distract them from the second move. You don't want the second move to go into the middle.
Okay.
Anywhere in the middle, and you win.
Well, there you go. Then there you go. then there you go, everybody. I see Bruno's thumb over on Twitter wants to know, did you end up going back to the cling wrap? We saw that you liked.
I did it tonight.
You did? You are?
Yeah, I do it every night. What do you mean? You know what? I came in there. I came home and I was maybe 205. I just got on the scale. I'm 201. So the cling wrap worked. I went out and I tried to run yesterday, but I couldn't because I haven't run in 4 months. So I walked, raced 4 miles with the cling wrap on. Come home, you take a shower, and then my wife's working the night shift. So I lay in bed watching the Monday Night Football. I put the cling wrap on and chill out in bed. I don't know if drinking some orange juice or anything like that helps, but that's what I do. I put the cling wrap on. It's just an old school trick.
It is. We learned a lot of old school tricks from you that I think younger viewers wouldn't know, like olive oil for suntan lotion.
Okay, now Eric, again, now the olive oil, not only the suntan lotion, you can cook your food in it.
Right.
You can cook your spaghetti. You can shine your shoes.
Yep.
Did you see how shiny my shoes were on the thing? Do you know why? They took my shoe polish. And then when Jessica left, she took all the baby oil. Okay. I mean, she used to go out there. She was already tan, and she put baby oil all over. So I would say, I walked by and I seen the olive oil, and I said, oh my God. And I put that on. I gave it to Mark. Mm-hmm. I mean, he pulled his pants down and tanned his butt. I don't know. I mean, anything would have burnt that. You could have put peanut butter, and that would have burnt that. You know what I mean? But it ends up work. It works. Try it sometime.
Proof positive right here, Kevin.
Look at me chilling right there, huh?
There you go. Proof positive that the tanning works.
I think that's actually during a comp too, huh?
That was when you were the merman.
You see how difficult it was?
It was. Look, hey, it is proof positive. I think you need to write a book, Kevin. I want a Kevin. Look, I want all Kevin things, and I'll help you. Like, if you need help setting things up, I want a Kevin podcast. I want a Kevin YouTube channel. I want a Kevin book. I want life advice from Kevin. Like, we all want it, and whatever it takes to get it, Kevin, let's make it happen.
Eric, man, I'm telling you, I'm coming down to New York. Okay. Right. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm taking you out to dinner, me and you. Okay. And we're going to hang out, have a nice dinner, and we are going to talk.
All right. Well, let's do it, Kevin. Let's do it. Would you, a new New Yorker wants to know, would you have taken Paul or Josh if you had won the final HOH? And you got this question from a lot of people.
Oh, clearly I would have taken Josh.
Really?
Yes, because I didn't know what was going on in the round table in the jury, because I never went to the jury. So I figured when I got into the round table, you see me walk in there, I say hi to Will, and then I was like, all right, Paul's got this. And there I was attacked. I didn't realize how everybody was against Paul. Now, in hindsight, I would have obviously taken Paul. But I thought Paul played a better game. Now, the criteria for the game says to try to get to the end, to eliminate people, evict people, win these things, which Paul did everything. Now, did it say play dirty or deceptive? No, that wasn't part of it. So I thought Paul played a better game. I was shocked when I got in there. Now, you tell me this. I got told by one of the house guests, who's on The Amazing Race now, that he would never speak to Josh ever in the rest of his life, that he would die before he'd speak to Josh. He would never do a meet and greet with him, and then he voted for Josh.
Because from what I understand, is he said that he felt the same way about Paul. However, he felt at least Josh did it to his face, whereas Paul did it behind his back. So since he had to vote for one of those two, he was going to vote for the one that he at least felt was more of a man.
And that I can agree with, but I did not know that while I was in the house. So you're asking me what I thought from what I knew. I mean, right now, if you ask me who would I take there, I would definitely take Paul with me. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, I would definitely take Paul.
Got you. Maximus' mom, who loves you, and it's one of a huge...
Tell her I said, hi, I love you.
You can tell her right now.
Maximus' mom, 22.
Yeah.
I love you.
She wants to know, does Kevin miss anything about living in the Big Brother house? And what was the first meal that your wife made for you when you got home?
Do I miss anything about living? I miss walking the yard with my pal Jason, man. Listen, I could not understand how these kids who were 24 years old would sleep or stay in their bed because we only went out in the yard twice a week. Twice a week. So that door opens up, man. When I used to get up at 9 in the morning to get coffee, and I'd look and see that door open, I'd go get Jason. We'd walk that yard for 4 hours, and we'd have a great time. And I couldn't understand, man, it was so beautiful. You got the sunshine in L.A., you have the planes going by. It was so beautiful. No one came out. It was too hot. Excuse me, it was too hot, they said. I'm like, man, you guys are crazy. This is the best weather you're ever going to see. People pay to come out here to have this weather, and you guys are staying inside. Get outside and stop grab-assing.
Exactly. Now, look, speaking of grab-assing and being outside, I'm going to say, and up north.
That's saying too, by the way, grab-assing.
Grab-assing. Well, first of all, Kevin, we saw that you learned a lot of new phrases in that house. Like that one.
Yeah, I didn't know what the hell they were talking about.
I wouldn't even say it. I'm not even saying it.
Me either. I thought it was two like roosters out in the yard or something. I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. And I told you, the bleaching, I had no clue. I used to call them grab ass, and I used to call Jessica sparrow ass. And she was like, what does that mean? And I mean, she would walk by, and she didn't have much on. And she only had and I would go, you're a little sparrow ass. It's just like what you would call it someone when they're little. You know, back, you little sparrow ass, go in the house. I think I was called a sparrow ass. I was called, can I say shit on this show?
You sure fucking can.
I was called a shit for brains. I thought my real name was Shit for Brains my whole life. Hey, Shit for Brains, come here. I was like, what? Who? And then I thought they were calling me Shiffer. Actually, it's Shit for Brains. I was like, oh my goodness. And then I was called a piss pot.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? The old Becky sayings, that's all.
All reasons that you need to have your own show, and we're going to talk about it. And I want shirts. I want slash tag shirts.
Yeah, slash tag. Yep.
We need slash tag shirts.
Slashtag.com.
Okay.
Slashtag.com.
So let me ask you this, Kevin. We know that your kids are huge fans of Big Brother, and they kind of got you into it. Have you seen any? Have you watched any Big Brother? Let's say Big Brother Canada.
No, Big Brother Canada, no. I mean, do they have that down here in Boston?
You can get it online, Kevin. But see, there's this theory, and here's why I'm asking, Kevin. And I needed to feel you out. I needed to get your reaction live.
Feel me out, Eric. That's what I'm here for.
Okay, because here's the working theory that we came up with in the beginning. Not we, a lot of people did. You are actually a time traveler, and you were the future version of Kevin Martin, winner of Big Brother Canada.
When did he wear that outfit?
When he won Big Brother Canada. And
Well, when did he win Big Brother Canada?
it was his press outfit. You both had the same press
How
outfit.
long ago? Who had it on first? Do I have to go to Canada and look for him?
He did have it on first. Oh, although, I mean, let me ask you this. Did you buy it just for your photo session, for your photo shoot?
No, I had it for like 3 years.
Then I'm going to say you probably had it first.
Thank you. Thank you, pal.
Thank you. And I like you better than that, Kevin,
Eric,
anyway.
dinner's on me, Eric. Dinner is on me.
All right.
Okay. You leave those credit cards in your pocket.
All right, perfect. Hey,
Right.
Anything better than 99 cents menu, I'm in. How Fallen Gone, one of our live feed updaters, wants to know how big is your kitchen with all of the people that you're hosting for Thanksgiving?
I'm actually in the kitchen right now, but we will have dinner in the room in there. But I grew up in a real small house. I had a big family. It's more just to get people there and have a good time. And I have a thing. I have a room upstairs that we could, because I only moved here in October. But what I'm thinking to do now is, because all this stuff that's happening, I'm thinking, I mean, a couple of the house guests said they're going to be coming. So I'm thinking of having it like in a hall, and people bring some food products for the homeless, maybe like a week before. And we could have, I mean, Eric, you can even be part of it if you want. We can have it in a hall, and everyone come and meet me and a few of the other house guests. Now, we don't want anything. Just bring some food or some clothing, and we can donate it to the homeless or the people who need it.
I love that, Kevin. That is a wonderful idea, and I'm sure there are tons of places that would be thrilled to help you make that happen.
In Boston, as you know, in New York, it gets cold in the winter, man.
Yeah.
There's nowhere for the homeless to go. They have the Pine Street Inn, and they do a meal, but we could do it a week before, and I could get people around here to come, some celebrities in Boston and bunch of the people from the show, because I don't want to take them away from their house on the actual Thanksgiving Day. But still, on Thanksgiving Day, 2 or 3 of them are still coming here to have dinner with me. And we have great dinner, man. Great time.
Just another thing that we will talk about, Kevin, because I think that's great. And anything for charity, I 100% here. I'm all about supporting. And like I say, look, Kevin, go into your house. You want me to go in the kitchen? I'm in the kitchen. Dining room, no problem. Second floor, I'm about it. I'm going to be a little weary if you're like, Eric, come in the basement with me.
No, Eric, here's what I want you to do, Eric. I want you to come up to the 3rd floor. I'm going to pour you a nice glass of wine. We have a big screen TV. There's a pool table. And we just got this house, and we're going to sit up there, and we're going to watch a nice movie and hang out. And my daughters, they want to let you, they're going to ask you so many questions. Okay. You're not even going to get to talk to me. They're going to be like, Dad, you can go downstairs, Dad. Go ahead. We'll talk to Eric up here ourselves.
I do have all of the info that I one day will write a book about.
Okay.
I got all their Big Brother info that one day. Ryan's River wants to know, what would you do, or what did you do with your friendship bracelet?
You're not going to believe this, man. I'm so upset about this, but I just spoke to Paul and told him. When Raven was leaving, Paul asked me if I could give me the bracelet because he wanted to give it to Raven. And then I caught on. Do you know why? Because Paul wanted her vote in the jury.
Oh, really?
But but Eric, I'm telling you, I didn't know this, man. Because then I said to Paul, I called him to the side. And when I would talk, and I didn't want to hear, but I know we could hear, I put my hand on my mouth like this and say, you just took my bracelet, Paul. I want my bracelet back. And he was like, Kevin, you don't have to cover your mouth. The cameras can hear everything. So I just try to intimidate him. But he's sending me 24 bracelets. I'm going to send you one.
Okay, well,
and you can just throw it out the window. You know how you take the elastics and do this with the elastic? Look, now you snap the elastic.
Right.
You can just do that with the friendship bracelet if you want.
Oh no, we do like Paul. Paul is, good and does a lot for charity, and I know this was a hard season on Paul, but we want to talk about you for the moment. So look, wait, but who has it? Who has your official one again? You said Raven?
Paul sent it. I don't know if he got it back off her, but yeah, Paul took it back.
Okay, I'm going to make a little note. Amy, could you make a little note that we're going to try and get it back from Raven tomorrow? I'm getting you your original back, Kevin. I'm making it happen.
Thank you, Eric.
I'm going to guilt her. You just wait.
There you go.
By the way, if you thought that, well, whatever. We're not going to talk about that. Lana K wants to know.
Bring up too hard, trust me.
Yeah, okay. Lana K wants to know, will you watch Celebrity Big Brother this January and live feeds now that you've played the game?
I will not watch the shows that I've been in, and I haven't watched any. For the first time the other night, I put on a 7-minute and 18-second clip, and I could not watch it because I couldn't understand what they were saying. But the celebrity one, who did they decide is going to be on? Don't tell
We
me
don't know
Eric
yet.
Curto's going to be on. Is Eric Curto going to be on? Because then I'm watching.
No, I like my family and friends, Kevin.
Oh, okay. All right. You should have warned me before I went on, man. We're
Ye-
back these guys. You should have called me and said, "Hey, Kevin, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stay home. I promise me. I
Ever,
miss the beach."
yeah. Ever since 12, I've decided there's no way.
All right.
I like my family, I like my friends, I like my job.
All right.
Sunday Sunny wants to know, well, she's saying, if you were to play again, would you follow your gut more?
Oh, 100%. I was new at the game, guys. I'm going to tell you what I would do to anyone who wants to go on. Watch previous shows,
Mm-hmm.
learn some of the previous comps, and learn some of the other house guests. When the house guests, remember we did the one about the cartoon and there were silhouettes of the house guests?
Right?
Remember? I thought they were wrestlers. I didn't know who they were. I knew who Frankie was and I knew Caleb was. But I thought the rest, they looked like wrestlers. Did you see how big they were?
Austin and...
Yeah, I didn't know who they were. So I really got on the show from my daughter saying, you could never do that. I said, I'll go try out. I'm the only one out of the 16 who actually went to a tryout in Quincy Market in Boston, 500 people, and tried out. Everyone else sent in videos or Instagram or, things like that. I didn't do any of that.
I am not surprised, Kevin. I feel like people would put you on any show. I feel like you could go into the casting of any show and you're on, Kevin.
You know what, Eric? I'm going to take you as my agent, man. I think this is really good here, me and you.
Sure. All right. Well, we'll talk. We'll
right.
talk. Now, look, I'm telling you right now, I will do whatever you need me to do for these people to make a Kevin show happen. Whatever I can do to help you to make something that's a Kevin talking all the time to people thing happen. I want to help make that happen.
You know what looks good here? You remember Johnny Carson and McMahon? I think me and you together on the thing, sitting up there together. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
And that kind of stuff. I think that would be great.
All right, we'll talk about it. I think people just want to hear from you, though, Kevin. Parawolf wants to know, would you ever do another reality TV show, let's say Survivor or Amazing Race?
Okay, Survivor, when they put you on an island by yourself?
Right.
Man, I didn't even cook for the first 80 days there. I had everyone was cooking for me. I did the towels. But, I mean, yeah, of course I would. I would do something like that, absolutely. The Amazing Race I'd probably be good at, but you get a partner with that, right? But I don't want to be like...
Yeah. Who would you want to be with? You could be with your wife. You could be with anybody you want.
I would probably my wife or my daughter, Alyssa, because she don't mess around. She's graduating USC with a master's degree, and she's like, she don't mess around. She won't even say a word. Everything's strict by the books. Me, I'm more like, no, let's go this way. She knows what she's doing. So maybe Alyssa or my wife, yeah, somebody.
If you had to pick another Big Brother player from your season to race with, who would you want to play it with?
Okay, obviously, I would have, because he was in the military, pick Cody, but he's on it already. So I would pick someone who has to know what they're doing. Let me look and see. This is going to be a tough one.
Go ahead.
I would do it with, I don't know. I don't know, because me and Jason have so much fun, man. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to do it with Paul.
You're going to do it with Paul?
Paul, yeah.
Okay.
Paul knows what he's doing, man. He's always he's on his phone all the time. Every time I talk to him, even if we're face to face, I'm like, will you put your phone? You ever hear the kids and your kids, you go in the car or you go to dinner with your kids. Now you're taking your kids out to dinner, an expensive dinner. You turn around talking and everyone's on a phone. Everybody's on a phone. I'm like, listen, you could have done that at home. Enjoy the dinner.
I agree with you, Kevin, 100%.
Thank you.
Are you going to go, a lot of people asking this too, Watersport, I'll take it from Watersport wants to know, are you going to Paul's Halloween party? We know a lot of people are going to your house for Thanksgiving. Are you going to Paul's for Halloween?
Well, I'm going out the 17th, my daughter's birthday. She lives out in Halloween. Her birthday is the 18th, so I don't know when's his party? What date? Did you guys know?
I guess it would be on Halloween.
No, it's not on Halloween. He has like a week before or something like that. I don't know.
I'm sure the chat room will tell us in a minute.
But I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, if I'm out there still, I'll go. But I mean, again, Paul's 24 years old. I don't even have to dress up. What am I going to just say? I'm Clint Eastwood or something? Who do I dress up as? I'm an older guy. Who wants to go? What am I don't know. But I mean, his dad and mom are nice. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll go with his mom and dad.
Kevin, first of all, you don't need to do anything. You just go as Kevin.
Yeah, I know.
Like, that's the costume.
There
Like,
you go.
you're
Exactly.
good. You're the life of the party, Kevin.
Thank you.
How Butterfly Caton wants to know, how just in general are you adjusting since being out of the Big Brother house? Like, do you feel like you're back to yourself, your old Kevin again?
Absolutely not.
No?
I went out the other day, and I literally went out maybe 50 feet, 100 feet, and the cars were stopping, people were coming up. And, Eric, I try to tell them, Eric, I was this cool in 1980. I had the same things going on in 1980, but no one stopped their cars to say hi to me then. Mm-hmm. No one stopped things. So anytime I go anywhere, it doesn't bother me. I love meeting the people and saying hi and talking to them, and they tell me how they watched and how they cheered for you and things like that. But I mean, it adapts. With the change in the sleep, and you have to do radio shows and things like that. But I mean, to complain would be awful. I mean, There's so many people who have nothing in this world. I'm so blessed and so happy, and I'm enjoying every minute of it. Good. Look who I get to speak to tonight. I get to speak to Eric tonight.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, come on,
so,
Eric.
Look, I got news for you. So is the Taco Bell drive-thru, Kevin. So. It's not all it's cracked up to be. No. Wait, now you got like 25,000 reasons to be going out and having a little bit of fun, Kevin. Any regrets? There are a lot of people in the chat room. A lot of people asking about your $25,000. Any regrets taking that? Which I don't know why you would.
Okay, Eric, I'm going to tell them the truth. Honest again, it's going to be a 2-minute story. I get into the house.
Right.
I have a 3-piece suit on.
Uh-huh.
They put me up in this apple 18 feet high. It's 126 degrees. I'm sweating through my vest, through the tie, through the shirt. I mean, literally sweating through it. They have this green thing come on. You're supposed to hit a button. Mm-hmm. So I'm there like this. I hit the button. I take my clothes off, say I'm hot. Now I go outside. I get back in the house. They call me in the DR. They say, congratulations. I say, for what? I thought they were congratulating me for being on the show. They said, you won the $25,000. I said, no, Josh told me he won. And they said, listen, Kevin, we know you won. And I said, was there 2 winners? And they said, no, you won. So I went out and I said to Josh, you sure you won? He said, yeah, I think I won. So I just didn't say nothing until I said it, and then it blew everything up 70 days later.
Got you.
I didn't know I won. And then when Paul came through the door, I thought he was delivering pizza. I thought he was the pizza guy. I didn't know who Paul was.
Oh, seriously, my favorite part was when Paul came in and when Nicole came in, and you're like, who's that?
Yeah, I didn't. I'm sorry. And Nicole, now I know who you are. And Paul's my man. But I didn't know who they were, Eric. I didn't.
See, here's the thing. I know I look so young, but almost 40 over here. Here's what I said about you, Kevin. I was in your boat. I said watching that, if they would have sat me down, it was day one of Big Brother, and they said 25,000. She wouldn't have got to the last part of 1,000. I would have been like, go, I'm good. I'll go home right now. It's a week of my life, $25,000. I'm in. That's like quarter of my mortgage is paid off. Let's go. Give me the money. I was on board with you, Kevin. I was all in when you took it. I was like, yep, take it.
And then, Eric, you get the jury, and you can add another.
Well, I don't know if we're allowed to talk about that.
Right. But I'm saying that's my whole point. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's not that big. Plus, don't forget that $27 I took for that Chalice Temptation.
It was a good one. Any regrets there?
Eric, listen to me. I did that so everyone would stop asking me if I won the $25,000.
Right.
Because they would say to themselves, how would somebody take this challenge for $27 if he won $25,000? So I actually knew for one time in the show what I was doing, and that's why I did it, so they would stop bothering me about who took the $25,000.
That's actually a very good, that's actually a genius point that I was not even thinking about that.
They come every now and then, Eric.
You had a lot of them, Kevin. Spicy and Sweet wants to know, actually a lot of people ask this too, how is your tooth doing? We heard right in the beginning of the season you were worried.
Forget about it. It's killing me, man. But I'm one of those guys, I'm just telling you, when I was younger, when you went to the dentist, there was only one thing they went to the dentist for. There was no filling. Everything was an extraction. You didn't have money growing up. So what would they do? They'd pull the tooth. I'd be like, oh, man. So I broke the tooth 2 days before the show. I had a dentist appointment the next morning before they took me. Oh, no, my tooth's still killing me. The bottom line is still killing me.
Okay, everyone, so leave me alone. I'm right there with you, Kevin. I'm on year 2, and it's cracked in half. And everyone
Thank
keeps asking me, too. When are you
And
getting
so
your tooth taken
we
care of?
want to get a root canal. A root canal takes a couple of days. What
Yeah.
I'm going to be on a show like this, walking around like Gilligan's Island when they take his head up in Gilligan's Island? No, come on.
We're fine, Kevin. We're men. We can handle a cracked tooth.
Thank you.
We got it, Kevin. Was there anything? A lot of people want to know this too. I'm taking it from Be Kind wants to know, what was something that you were most shocked to learn about that happened outside of the house when you were in the house?
I was shocked at I mean, I guess this is just general. I'm not going to say anything. How aggressively mean and how aggressive they would make up things that literally I did not say, I did not do. I mean, they questioned whether I had 7 children. Who would make up 7 children, name them, give their birth dates, talk about them, and then make all that up, and then don't win what date someone came in the house? Come on, what are you kidding me?
Matt Hoffman.
Date taped on my arm, tattooed on my arm. It says 8 LOLs. That's not laugh out loud. That's 8 loves of life. My wife and 7 kids. Over here, my brothers. What do they think? I had tattoos to go onto the show?
Right.
Come on.
Well,
they just said a lot of mean things, Eric. Really mean things that were unnecessary.
and I agree. I agree with you, but I'm gonna try again, Kevin.
Go ahead, try it.
I meant something that happened in the outside world, like unrelated to game. Like, did some, I don't know, was there a hurricane while you were in there? Was there something in the outside world that you missed, that you heard about? I told you in the beginning, I don't know sports. Was there some sport ball thing?
Important thing. What's happening with the football players? I didn't understand that what Trump had said something, and then the football players were kneeling down, because I knew it had happened with Colin Kaepernick a year ago, but I didn't know it was still going on. And other things that happened. I mean, you didn't know. I guess something happened in Charleston. Someone was telling me about, and they would. What I didn't know, while we were in the house, there was a fire in California, because they gave us masks to go outside into the yard one day.
Right.
And I was like, what are the masks for? So I was like, well, what's going on? But you really didn't hear nothing. They couldn't tell you nothing at all. So
Yeah.
You didn't know anything that was going on.
You were in there, were you there for the earthquake? Were you I forget now. So you were in the house for the earthquake. You had that too. That must have been.
I never made it to the jury. I made the whole house the whole time.
That's right. Why do it is such a blur. I don't know how it's not a blur for you. You lived it. What was it really like? Sharon S27 wants to know, what was it really like, Kevin, living with a bunch of 20-year-olds for the entire summer?
Well, again, I have like six 20-year-olds myself, but at least they don't talk back to me.
Right.
So living with 20-year-olds, you got to understand, all of these 20-year-olds, they were super fans. They admitted it at the end. They've been watching the show since they were 5 with their mom and dad. They knew everything. So they would say something to me that I believed, and they were just gaming me. They were just gaffing me, making it like this is saying things to say this about Kevin. And it just became peculiar. At one minute they were nice, the next minute they weren't. And then when it was your turn to try to get you out, they would critique and criticize everything you did. And I couldn't understand. 1 minute, that'd be like me and you talking now, Eric, and me saying something, then turn and start yelling and be like, what is this guy talking about? So I was more shocked that and I learned some of them. A lot of them were nice. Deceptively, some of them were really nice, but when they all wanted to win, and they all had an agenda and a platform, and I didn't have. I think my platform again was left back in Logan Airport with my agenda. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
I mean, it is like, I hate to say this to you, but I do kind of feel like that is the game. The game is not the personal. Like, I don't think that people should be making up the personal, but it is
Eric,
lie, cheat, deceive.
That's why I say you have to, if you're going to go on the show, study past seasons, study past guests, study their theories, study their gameplay, study their styles, and go from there. I literally went on the blind.
But, I think it worked for you, Kevin. I don't know that you going into that house with all that knowledge necessarily would have been a benefit. I mean, this sucks to say, but like, you were right there, Kevin. Like, you were right at the end. You did amazing in that house.
Thank you. Thank you.
You
so
really
much.
did.
right. If I was more knowledgeable about it, I probably would have left at 15, something like that. You know what I mean? I would have opened my mouth and said something wrong. Trust me.
Do you feel? I see people asking this too. Do you feel that you betrayed Cody's confidence in telling people the secret about his daughter in the game?
No, because no. Here's the thing. What I'm glad you asked this. I really am. Cody, first of all, lied about his age. So when he lied about his age, he said he was 26 and he was 32, which I don't understand because I could have said I was 40, but I didn't. No, Cody got me in the backyard right before he was leaving. Cody said to me, Kevin, can you give me any life things about having children? And I said, the main thing right now, Cody, let me tell you, is you spend time with your kids. You spend time. I don't care if it's good time, bad time, but spend time. Do not let your son go up and be 18 and say, you were never there for me, Dad. As long as you were there, even though you may not have money, you may not have anything, you had love, you had each other. So I said to him, Cody, why didn't you tell everybody this? It would have made you look a little better. It would have made you look more personal. And when I went in there, I wasn't betraying him. I was trying to say, guys, listen, the guy's not a bad guy. He actually has a daughter that's been watching him that he spends the summer with. And I think it would have helped him to become more human because a lot of them thought he was a robotic type person. And, doing this, yelling out his military stuff. And I thought it would have made him look more like a father, which he was, and more like a nicer person, more like a man. You could be more acceptable. And I did not try to deceive him or put him down. Matter of fact, I said it to try to make him look better.
Right.
That's
like, and I can't believe you're making me defend Cody. I think he probably was trying to protect almost a little bit about what you were just saying about your family. Like his reasoning was he didn't want his daughter ever brought up because he didn't want her to be someone that could be attacked. And I do respect that about him.
100%, absolutely. But he also was disliked at the beginning by everybody.
Right.
So what I was saying to him, Cody, maybe if you let them know that you have another side to you, except this tough side that says nothing. I mean, some people have fathers that don't hug them, don't talk to them, don't kiss them, don't tell them they love them. Just do this. So you have a daughter and you don't want to tell people about it? Right. I never stopped talking about my kids. I talked about my kids all the time.
Here's what I think, Kevin. Okay, so let me say three things really quickly. Number one, everybody, this show is going to be up on the website tomorrow, so you'll be able to watch it back. It's widescreen. There's a lot of stuff happening on the sides here that you guys don't see. And I'm saying that, Kevin, because for the first time ever, and we've been doing shows for 8 years, Kevin. We've been interviewing house guests, or I've been interviewing house guests for 8 years. This is the first show, Kevin, where live, you've brought in over 1 million likes. 1 million. We've been live for 52 minutes, and over 1 million people, there's over 1 million likes right now on this show, Kevin. So it takes up a lot of the graphics of the show. So people are like, I can't see so good. So you'll get to watch it back. So congratulations to you on that, Kevin. Number one.
Thank you so much. You know why, Eric? Because, and I mean this, Eric, and I'm telling you, because I speak from the heart. I have no agenda. I don't want to all of a sudden I just tell them how life is. And my opinion is in this world, I mean, just be nice. I went in there being nice. I never wanted to argue and yell at people. I yelled at once because I didn't understand why they were kept yelling at me. So I had to stand up. And then once, the only time I really, really, really got mad is when someone brought my family up. Mm-hmm. That's when I got mad. I didn't get mad about the game or about the 25,000. I got mad when somebody said on your daughters, and you have no right to say that to me, man. You don't.
Here's what we're gonna do, Kevin. On the many other things that we clearly need to talk about, because I feel. And I mean, I am in no way a representative of CBS. I'm just saying my opinion, Kevin, is, general watcher of the show, you will play again. Therefore, or you will at least be asked to play again. Kevin, I'm going to train you.
Yes, Eric, I'm coming to dinner, man. When do you want to come down there this week? What am I doing this weekend?
I'm bringing the dream. Well, I got to interview all these other people, Kevin. All these other guys.
Man, I'm talking about we go out for an afternoon brunch or something like that. You know?
Okay, well, Kevin, look, I'm going to set up the dream team for you. I'm bringing in a Derek. I'm bringing in a Vanessa, and we're going to strip you of these emotions, and you're going to go in there and you're going to be robot, Kevin.
All right.
And people aren't going to see it coming, Kevin.
Sing Bob Kevin.
Exactly. All right, let the chat room know, guys. We have like 5 minutes left, and I'm gonna make an announcement about the #1 fan in a few minutes. I just want to quickly go through some of the things that I see a lot of people are asking. Number one, Kevin, are you gonna have a PO box for people that want to send you stuff?
I do have a PO box, yes.
Okay. Do you know it offhand?
Of course I know it, man. Listen, I knew a lot of things. I just didn't let them know on the show I knew a lot of things, you know?
Okay, go ahead.
PO box is PO 275, Bridgewater, Mass. 02324.
Okay, and I'm gonna put it below. I'm gonna put it below here now, below this video.
Say it. Let me hear you say it. Could you remember what I just said? Come on.
No, not at all. I got people that collect it.
PO box 275.
PO box 275.
Bridgewater, Mass.
Bridgewater, Mass.
023. 24.
Okay, do you think that I'm gonna... I don't even remember what you started with.
Well, you look 24, so you can throw that up there, man.
Okay, all right, no, hey, I'm all about it.
My number's 23. You look 24, put them together.
23, 24, got it. Oh, wait, meet and greets. Do you have any planned meet and greets? I see a lot of people are asking.
Well, I'm just starting to set them up now. I have one on Saturday, but it's for the Hurricane Relief Fund.
Okay.
It's a charity one. It's on my Instagram or my Twitter. Mm-hmm. Do you follow me on the internet?
Of course, Kevin.
So it's on there. But I'm trying to set up this is why I have to come down and speak to you, because I have my daughters help me, but I'm trying to set up more meet and greets because everyone's asking me all the time. I mean, everywhere I go. But I'm not. What am I supposed to do, Eric? Like call up somebody and say, "Listen, I want to come there and meet people." I don't know how to go about it.
Okay, I will. I don't think that the people watching right now are going to want to hear us talk about. But I will totally tell you after. I will tell you after I know how to do it. So nothing. Number one, nothing planned right now. But
I on Saturday in Bridgewater.
In Bridgewater. All right. Now tell people what your social media accounts are that they can follow you on. So Twitter, I got right here is okay, I'll help you. It's at BB19Kevin. It's right above you is your Twitter. Now you said your Instagram. Where do you prefer people follow you? Let's start there.
Alyssa. Where do I prefer people?
Let's bring in your representative.
Representative, come on in.
Does she want to let her say hi? People hear about her all season.
This is the one I said should be.
Your Instagram's the same as your Twitter.
So bad.
Hi. Here, yeah, get close.
Oh, it's like delayed, so it's freaking me out.
Okay, go ahead. What is your dad's Twitter?
I don't actually have Twitter. What's your? I don't know.
My Instagram.
Instagram.
His Instagram is BB19Kevin.
Okay, that's also your Twitter, just so you know.
I think it's the same. I think my sister did it so they would be the same. It would be easier for him.
Perfect.
And the Gmail, see that?
That's different.
And that's it. So basically, you want people to be following you on Twitter and Instagram.
Hey, Eric, tell her what you told me, man. How many people watched the thing today?
I have a feeling she knows, but you have over 1 million likes.
What's so funny, Lisa? Do you see this, Eric?
1 million?
What do you mean?
Oh,
I have 8 people here too, so I have 1,000,008.
Look, Kevin, I have a feeling she knows. She was guesting in on those shows during the summer, if I recall. I believe, and people were loving it right here on the You Now. We were.
It's probably Alana.
Oh, maybe it was Alana. I have a hard.
I didn't watch very much.
I have a hard.
Stop watching after because she was mad, but.
All right.
Alana.
Look, we want to talk about the happy things, Kevin. Here's what else
Let's go.
All right, well, here's what I want to do. You have a lot of fans, Kevin, as I'm sure that you know. What I want to do is I want to give you full screen. I want you to have all of the Kevin glory to have your heartfelt moment with your fans. What do you want to say to all of the people that supported you all season? The floor is yours, Kevin.
Okay, I would just like to say, and I mean this is from the bottom of my heart, and I have 7 children, 6 daughters and a son. I want to thank, I was so overwhelmed when I got out. You know, when you're on the show and you're getting out, everyone's talking, be America's vote, America's favorite. I didn't even know what they were talking about. When I got out, I see the outpouring of love and the way that they felt, the way I played the game with dignity and honesty. And, you know, they knew how old I was. They seen that some of the way I was being treated. I just want to tell everyone thank you and I love you. If you see me, stop and say hi. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, stop, say hi. I want to tell everyone that I love everybody for being such a fan and caring so much and worrying about me. I appreciate the worrying about me. You know, I mean, I knew some was going on, but I didn't know to the extent. And I just appreciate how much love everyone has shown and how beautiful everyone is in America. And it just shows, man, that there are good people. There's good people, man. I mean, on the show, the younger kids, they had an agenda and a platform they wanted to win. And I was just happy to be there. And I was just myself. That's what I think came across to America. I'm glad that people could watch it and enjoy it. And they enjoyed watching me and had fun. And I love you and I thank you. And I'm going to set up meet and greets. I'm going to talk with Eric. We're going to set things up. And I will come on and talk to anyone. If you want to send something to the P.O. box, I gave the P.O. box, or on my Instagram or on my Twitter account. And I try to answer. My daughter said, you can't answer everyone, but I try. So, I mean, I just want to say I love you guys. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I did the best I can. I tried. And I mean it. Thank you so much.
You did, and we all love you for it. Kevin, look, clearly, I could not even breach the amount of questions that we had for you. We hope that you will come back on and talk with us again, which I know that you will. Whether it's Big Brother 19, we'll just have you back on. We'll just have like weekly check-ins with Kevin. Don't worry, everyone. I know what you all want, and we will have more Kevin for all of you. Now, Kevin.
Yes.
I know in the beginning of the show, I told you that we were going to give the autographed toothbrush to your #1 fan.
Well, let's up.
It turns... Oh, wait, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I'm just switching it up, and I don't think that you're going to care, Kevin, but you had 2 fans that were fighting so much this whole show to be your #1 fan. We're going to give a toothbrush to each of them. Is that okay, Kevin?
That is fantastic. You can give out toothbrushes. Yes, you can.
It was Sammy and Pam. Both of them were your #1 fan. You should say hi to them, Kevin.
Sammy and Pam, thank you. I love you guys. And remember, this is it. Listen, you put the hot water on. You brush your teeth. You run it under the hot water, and then you touch the hair up a little bit. That's it. And then back under the hot water, boom, back on top of the mirror.
Okay, we got it. We got it, Kevin. You know what? Next time we're gonna have Kevin do a demo. Maybe we'll do it now in the patron group, everybody, because we have to move over to the patron group for the patron show. Everybody else, Kevin, not Kevin and I, but I will be back tomorrow night with Raven, Thursday with Christmas, Friday with Elena, Saturday with Jason. So many people. You guys know the deal. We're here every single night. We will see you guys all later. Bye for now, everybody. Bye, Kevin.
Everybody, love you.
Bye, guys.